No judge in the sky, no throne above you. You are the source, moving right through you. Eye in the forest, open and clear. See what is here and let it appear. Watch it come, watch it go. No guilt on the skin, no shame in the soul. Breathe it in, take your role. This wild little world is yours to hold. You are the divine. You are the divine. The eye in the forest. The eye in the forest. See without guilt, move without shame. You are the source, and you know your name. You are the divine. Branches and roots falling in line. Every small choice leaves a mark in time. If the ground is thirsty, bring water.
Good morning, good afternoon, hello, and welcome to today's Channeled Wisdom Circle. It's Friday, y'all. So today, this is going to be the last Channeled Wisdom Circle that I'm doing, of course, this week. And Monica, the Divine Mother, Monica Bey, will be back on Sunday for the Divinity Session. So make sure you also tune into that, okay? Get all the wisdom, all the sauce. And in the Divinity Sessions, that is when she is going through the different passages from the Book of Rasheeda and giving a nice in-depth breakdown to the meanings behind it, how to apply it to your life, for your empowerment, your well-being, okay? Always delivering truth. Yes. So today, the topic of this Channeled Wisdom Circle is trust and surrender. Now, how many of y'all got a little scared on that one? Say, ooh, surrender. I don't like that word. But that's what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. With this particular message of trust and surrender, understand that it is a necessity in this life. Trusting yourself, trusting your inner knowing, your divine wisdom, your spirit guides, your path as a whole. Being able to trust yourself and trust the larger plan for your life is going to make so many things easier, right? That trust keeps the door open for what is to come, for all of the possibilities of your growth in this lifetime. When you trust yourself actively, and when you are nurturing that self-trust to grow and expand even more, because each level we need new trust, a new level of trust, because we're always facing something new in this life, most of the time. Building that self-trust eliminates a lot of the common issues, I would say. And common issues, I mean the self-doubt. That's the opposite of self-trust. The self-sabotage. If you trusted yourself, there would be no self-sabotage. All of these different things are often alleviated by self-trust and self-love. Now this surrender part, which I know is hard for a lot of people. When I'm speaking about surrender today, it's about surrendering that control, overly trying to excessively trying to control your path, trying to control every single thing that happens in your life. As much as you may want to do that, that is going to cause so much unnecessary stress. And in a lot of experiences, they are there not for you to control, but for you to trust the work that you've already put in, to trust the version of you that you are becoming, to stand in this moment and be fully present, fully here. And also to trust that everything is working for you, in the sense that all of your experiences are to help you grow. That could be good experiences, that could be the undesirable experiences, but all of them are here to help you grow. Even when you choose to go off of your path, to entertain the distractions, even those experiences that you have there, which will be undesirable because we got to get you back on the path, even those experiences are for your growth and for your betterment. So being able to see that and trust that knowingness is an aspect of the surrender. When there is a level of understanding and trust, which you're going to hear a lot today, when those things are present within yourself and within your connection to higher wisdom and intuitive intellect, when you're connected to those things, it's as I'm thinking of it as video games right now. It's as if the care packages are dropping out of the sky, giving you everything that you need to know what to do next, the tools, the remembrance of the tools that you need to apply that you may already have. You likely already have and just need to apply them. And that the instructions of how to navigate these moments when it comes to building self-trust and allowing that surrender. One simple thing is acknowledging what you've already done. The main theme this week has been about self-audits and self-reflection, acknowledging those moments when you have trusted your intuition and things worked out for you. When you did pause those subscriptions to reevaluate how that helped you to gain clarity. And also learning more of yourself, taking the time to really pay attention to who you are, how you are, and the ways that you express. And being able to see that as the eye of the forest, free from judgment, free from that immediate desire to change what it is, but first observing it. Know thyself and you shall know all things. The more you recognize who you are in this physical realm, in this expression of yourself, the more the better your intuition gets, number one, because it speaks your language. We talked about that before. But also, the more aware you become of what aspect of yourself is needed in each moment. And ways of naturally allowing those expressions through. Surrendering to that divine guidance, allowing it to move through you. And even if it is emotional moments and there may be fear that's present, even in those moments, self-trust can be present in the face of fear. It's not saying that in your human experience, you'll never feel fear again when you cultivate your self-trust. As I stated today, each step needs a new level of trust, a new expansion, a new dimension of trust. So it's not to say that when you are coming towards these thresholds of the throne, when you're leveling up and it's time for that, it's not to say that there will be no fear, because that's natural. That's the natural human response. But you can move through that and not allow it to control you. So with this message of trust and surrender, knowing that both trust and surrender, no matter how you feel about that word, that is going to help to liberate you and give you freedom from fear's control. Fear may be present, but you don't have to allow it to control you. You don't have to allow it to convince you that you're only allowed to be this past version. That trust is even when these emotions are coming up, even when the world feels wild and crazy, and you may need to do more work to remain centered and remain balanced. Nurture that self-trust of under no matter what happens, you are going to learn something, you are going to grow in some way because you're actively making that commitment to yourself. And understand it's time to embrace the fact that divine guidance is always available for you. It's always there. You just have to allow it in. Allowing it in is also a part of that trust. Trusting, I said before, trusting yourself, trusting your divine guidance, trusting the larger plan of your life. Yes, surrendering is putting trust in your divine protection. You're here for a reason. Straight from the comments to you from Light Guardian Dominic. You are here for a reason. And that's one of the aspects of knowingness, to trust, to choose, to decide to trust, because we all have our choices and decisions that we can make at any given time, no matter what divine guidance is present and there for us. Like I said, you might steer yourself off the path for unnecessary detours, as I call them. But trusting that you're here for a reason. And even if you don't know what that reason is, even if it has not been, even if you haven't defined it, you feel like it hasn't come to you in this pretty package and bow, allow yourself to have your experience, whatever that is. And allowing yourself to have your experience is also embracing who you are, trusting the divinity that is within you, and trusting the divinity that is within you, whether you consciously understand the full depth of it or not, but trusting it. This is an example. Anybody who has ridden a bus before, bus to anywhere, there's a level of trust that you have to have in that driver to get you to where it is you're going to go. Airplanes as well, trains as well. There's a level of trust that you have that most of us don't think about. It just is. Yes, I'm about to book this flight. I'm going to go here. Oh, yeah, I got to hop on a bus down the street and get something from the store. Like, we don't, even Ubers, we don't think about, oh, this is me actually putting my trust into something, into someone. But you do it just about every day. That trusting nature is just that. That's a part of our natural state, our baseline. that the fearful, what words we want to use right now? The fearful suppression of trust, that's taught to us. That's taught to us from what people say, as well as experiences, as well as past traumas, et cetera, and so on, which is why it's important to heal those things and to also on the daily, again, I say on the daily, one more time for the people in the back, on the daily, every single day, doing that spiritual hygiene to release and remove and cleanse anything that you've picked up along the way. Anything that is not you before it builds up, which is why I say again, every day, doing that spiritual hygiene. Because if you're picking up all of these different things, and now I got to shout out to my empaths out there. If you are an empath, you are also picking up all of these things. In fact, you carry even more. If you have not learned that spiritual protection, if you're not at that point in your journey yet, where you are protecting your energy and actively cleansing your energy, empaths absorb just about everything, and much easier because the aura is more porous, it's more absorbent. So you're picking up other people's things, not just what is coming up in you every day, but you're picking up all these other things. And all of that, if you allow it to remain, if you allow it to stay, that clouds your judgment, that clouds your discernment, that clouds and interferes with your ability to hear and receive the divine guidance that is always available to you. I'm going to sip on that. If you allow all of these other things to remain present in your energy system, giving it free passes to just live rent free in your energy, it's going to interfere with your ability to trust yourself because it's interfering with that personal frequency of yours. It's interfering with your ability to connect with your inner knowing, with your ability to trust it, because now you have other people's thoughts and opinions in your energy circling your mind. You have other expectations. You have media, what the heck ever, telling you how you need to be and express that is not authentic to you, that is not your truth. So all of your trust is now leaking out to all of these different things. Right now, I'm connecting the messages from this week for y'all if you ain't peep it. Your energy is leaking out. Your trust is leaking out to all of these things. And it's going to be hard for you to find that frequency of your inner knowing, of your divine guidance. But it's still there. It's just waiting for you to clean up house. It's waiting for you to stop hoarding, stop holding on to, stop clinging, stop allowing the fear to control you. I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when you find the thing that ignites fear in you, if it is related to you reaching the next level in your path and you know that it's something you need to lean into that. If you know and can sense, because again, the divine guidance is there, the inner knowing, it's always there. You may ignore it. You may turn up the volume on something else, but you know. So if the thing that's igniting that fear within you is merely interference, that needs to go. Throw it away. And right now, that's coming up in terms of a lot of the things that is happening in the world. And that there's a lot of media posts, all of these things, all of these broadcasts that are focused on the fear. It's focused on the pain. It's focused on all of this that's outside of you, even though it may affect your reality. I know those gas prices went up. I'm just saying, y'all, I know it may affect your reality, but don't allow that fear in. Even when the human self experiences it, allow it to move through free from judgment. A lot of the times, that judgment of self, that judgment of your experiences is what keeps that energy in. It said, I'm going to hold this right here and I'm going to judge it because I don't want to feel this way. Oh my gosh, why? It's holding that, it's hoarding that, keeping it in. Acknowledge what you're feeling, allow it to flow, and release it. Allow it to flow and go right on down river. Recognizing that those emotions, that human aspect, it is a part of this journey, but it is not the totality of you. Allow it to flow. Whether it is, and recently in the Pathways course, I believe it was the past 2 sessions that we had, was around fear and how to navigate it, how to get through that, how to understand the specific type of fear that you are experiencing at a given point in time. And even if you feel as though, oh, there's no fear, I don't feel nothing, understand that there is also the collective fear. And there's a lot of that right now. That may be affecting you. Being mindful of that. And I talked about my empaths before, so I have to bring it back to the empaths. When there is a lot of collective fear and all of those things, even if you've worked on your own energy, you've worked on the protection, it's time to upgrade. Upgrading your protection, upgrading your mindset, upgrading your trust, upgrading these things so you can trust more, so you can trust yourself, so you can remember and connect with, even if it's just energetically, even if you don't have the words to put it on the paper, to put it in a song, whatever it is, trusting that larger plan for your life. And with this trust, we spoke recently about architecting your reality. Begin to architect that trust, acknowledging when you are taking the actions that reminds you of your power. Architecting the repetition of wellness that's going to build the habit, that's going to build the behaviors and the belief and help to construct and architect that new identity level. Because we're leveling up, okay? We leveling up. By doing the work, we're leveling up. By doing the work, we are leveling up. Architecting the version of you that is self-trusting. Intuition is the other side of the coin of imagination. In saying that, I mean, intuition is a knowingness, a knowledge of something beyond what you can physically see, beyond what can be currently confirmed by science. So if you're on your journey and you're trying to figure out, how do I implement more trust? How do I build this? How do I cultivate it? There are many, many ways. I am giving one example today. you can think about, and this comes from my artistic background, you can think about different characters on TV, superheroes, if you like, that has the qualities, the specific qualities it is that you want to nurture within yourself. And I'm saying this particular example if you're the type of person where it's hard for you to see that for yourself. That's all right. That's where you are on your journey right now. That's okay. If that is the case, you can draw from these different qualities because you've already seen it expressed. You've already seen the really confident characters and people who you're amazed by how self-trusting they are. It's like, you did that? What? Wait a minute now. Pay attention to those qualities and begin to just, I'm going to say, play in that energy of being confident, of thinking about how would you move and walk and be when you are absolutely self-trusting, when you are fully confident within yourself, within your body, however it is today, right? Not judging our vessels. Let me also say that, not judging our vessels, but also trusting the wisdom and intelligence of it. Somebody needed to hear that today. This trust, it's within the physical sense. It's understanding trust within those three pillars. And I'm connecting it to the vessel at this moment. Because people often take for granted the body that they're in, the vessel that they're in, the fact that this is a highly intelligent creation right here that we all have. And the judgment of that comes from those external things, the external noise that's trying to tell you to be this way, look this way, your body should be that. No. Which is why it's important to tune within, to understand what's actually happening. And this is coming up for me right now, so we're going to flow with it. When you experience a sickness, like getting a cold, that reaction of runny nose, sore throat, all of these different things, that's your body's intelligence trying to fight out and get out whatever foreign bacteria or virus that it is. That's actually your body's intelligence. We don't necessarily like going through that process. It's not necessarily a desirable process, but that's also the wisdom and the intelligence of your vessel to protect itself. Trusting those moments. It doesn't have to be a desirable experience for you to extract the wisdom from it. But if you're in that energy of judging what your current experience is, you're still in that state of trying to control it. Even if it seems like you're letting things, the surrender part is what we're getting to now. We're getting back to the surrender. It may seem as though you're surrendering to something, but if you're still judging it, that's not yet surrender. A very, very subtle distinction there. Because if there's a judgment of it, there's the expectation that it should be something else. And energetically, you're not connecting to it. I have the tendency of saying that it's a dance. And again, going back to my artistic background today, there is something that is contact improv when it comes to dance. It's dancing with another partner. You don't know what the moves are going to be. The music plays, but it is a conversation between the two. And there are some times where, and it's online, you can see it there, But there's sometimes where you'll watch it and the dance looks so fluid and effortless and just connected, beautifully connected. And there's other times where it's clear that one person has in their mind what they are going to do in that dance, and they're not actively present with their dance partner and responding to what they're actively receiving. There's a disconnection. There's a lack of surrender. That's how many of you are navigating your experiences. You're still clinging on to this thought in your mind of what needs to happen, how you want it to go, that you're not moving with what is. You're not allowing in the wisdom of the experience and responding to that. So in this entire message today, a part of it is to remind you all to be open to new discoveries about yourself, new discoveries about your intuition, new discoveries about all of your experiences. Because I said before, there's levels. We're leveling up. The plan is to rise in consciousness. That is the active intention. But you have to be open to that. And being open to that is being actively present with it. And the self-trust part, when that comes in, the self-trust helps to assist and fuel that presence. Because you're no longer trying to make it be a certain thing, fit inside a certain box and label, but being open. So practice, this is coming through real strong right now. Practice opening your heart. Opening your heart to your experiences, to the wisdom, to the messages. And if that is hard for you, still allow yourself to go on that journey of opening up, of being open to new discoveries, being open to new experiences, being open to a new version of you. So we're closing out this message today with trust and surrender to your becoming. Continue to put in the work actively. And also, we mentioned before, that balance of action and receptivity. The surrender is the receptivity. The surrender is, I put in all this work, I did these manifestations, now it's starting to come in. Don't get scared. Open to it. Surrender to that. Receive. Stand in your God form. That's the message. Trust, surrender, and stand in your God form. I thank you all for showing up for yourself today in real time or on the replay. Do something today that may seem difficult, that may seem hard, that you've been a little scared about doing. I challenge you to lean in, to trust yourself, to trust your becoming, and do that thing. So this has been another amazing Channeled Wisdom Circle. I am Goddess Iman, and I send you off with love, appreciation, gratitude, building up that trust and everything. Until next time, Zora Kumti. And as I always say, be well and thrive, y'all, perpetually.